It's 11 minutes past 10, and this is for the interest of authoritarians and authorities that are aware of my Fernan background, my Fernan family, and the Victim Support Federation. It's huge what's happened with Brexit, but it's come to my attention, unfortunately, that there are certain individuals in society looking for a bit of glory and fame with regard to my humanitarianism, and unfortunately there are individuals that are thinking of tweaking the truth and telling more tall tales regarding the reality of the circumstance. So, as the Ombudsman and the authorities have heard from me since 2017, the separation of my child from my care in January 2017 highlighted a few very serious matters with the establishment that didn't respect civil society principles, that didn't respect constitutional law. So I find it very astonishing that there are guilty culprits of offences against my good name, character and reputation for the past 20 years assuming a position of vigilante, which is a big word, and I don't know if I'm altogether au fait with the role of the vigilante, but as a royal humanitarian, I have to say that with regard to Brexit, I find it very astonishing that anybody in my circumstances, or that hasn't been in my circumstances, would be able to discuss anything in time or space regarding location of whereabouts and circumstances and the why and the where and the when, the five big W words regarding any good questioning or querying regarding any circumstances or storytelling. So those that haven't got their questions in the right answers and their answers in the wrong places, those that haven't been in place or in situ aren't in a very good position to be discussing my humanitarianism. So those that are taking credit for any developments between Ireland and Great Britain regarding the role of the authorities, the role of travel, movement, etc. That all came from my crime prevention and the unlawful action of the Garda Síochána in January 2017. So anyone that's taking credit for the crime prevention that I initiated and that came from my three-state service in three departments, the state service in the three departments, those that are offending that as well, it's quite cheeky, it's quite offensive, and I'm actually carrying quite an injury already from this whole fiasco, so it's quite unsafe for women's health and children's safety to be offended by people that are trying to glorify themselves in a story that is not altogether honest or respectful of reality, which gives me awful concern for their mental health. So those that are assisting any fraud regarding mental health practitioners' slander of my good name, you might be careful of Narcotics Anonymous fellowship that I'm with for the past 20 years. As a mental health practitioner myself, I find it very unsafe for people to think they're threatening my position in society, my royal titles, with their behaviour that offends other children as well, or other women, I might add. So those that have debts to honour, just honour your debts and show your children that you're capable and competent as an adult to transact your affairs like a sensible human being. Try and set your children a good example. Anyone that thinks they're associating themselves with my humanitarianism as a vigilante, I have huge concerns for your perception of the situation. Crime prevention commenced with my experience as Strengths and Hopes back in 2006 with Narcotics Anonymous and the Victim Support Federation. So anyone one of those people that are tweaking the truth to cause more mental health illnesses in society, more disturbances or distortions, would you please address your mental health illness? The debts that you owe me are accumulating by the day. The damages I'm experiencing are visible all on the left hand side of my body, and unfortunately those that have offended the Hippocratic Oath, I can't say that it's safe for you to continue offending where you've already done damage to my body or health or my well-being since I started helping with people's blood and bones and bodies being recovered and rescued from bad behaviour of people spitting venom around Irish and British Isles society. So those that are deceiving themselves, please get mental health assistance. Offending Narcotics Anonymous, or my role as a mental health practitioner that has helped people in recovery. I am a representative and advocate of recovery and reform, and those offending my British blood, or my French nobility, or my Spanish or Portuguese hereditary, any of my royal titles. I have huge concerns for your position in the church and the state, where I have reformed society. Those taking credit for my work and offending my good name, character and reputation, unfortunately don't have my support in this situation. Those that are offending the truth and negating their obligations. I hope you're aware of Royal Protocol and the fact that I'm not a common law, and I hope that you understand what Royal Protocol is. So there's a very dangerous crime going on. It's been perpetuated, it's been exacerbated, and those that have not used my details to resolve and repair the damages that have been caused, I have huge concerns for the repercussions that have already transpired with these wrongdoings that are being caused needlessly against me. So those that are offending my child's upbringing with unlawful paperwork, no less, and that are offending the reform that has come from my experiences that haven't been very pleasant, those committing wrongdoings unfortunately are doing themselves wrong. So don't offend Narcotics Anonymous with mental health fraud. It's very dangerous. The fellowship is worldwide, and the legislation that has originated from me is as well. So I'm a humanitarian for a bit longer than some people have been practicing psychiatry, so I hope they understand the seniority matter and not the superiority complexes that they might be suffering from. So as I'm senior to most people that are telling many stories that aren't exactly truthful,